Have you ever tried to start a budget, fired up with motivation, only to find yourself drowning in confusing spreadsheets and apps a week later? Yeah, you're not alone. I used to think budgeting just wasn't for me. I'd try, get frustrated, and give up, always ending the month wondering where my money actually went. It was a constant cycle of financial stress. But then, I stumbled upon 10 dead simple strategies that changed everything. These aren't about complicated formulas or cutting out everything you love. They're small, smart shifts that make a massive impact. Today, I'm going to share those 10 tips and the easy-to-use tools that make saving money feel automatic instead of like a chore. At the end of this, you'll have a clear, simple plan to finally take control of your finances. Tip 1. Track your expenses to find the leaks. First things first, you have to figure out where your money is actually going. You can't fix a leak if you don't know where it is. For just 1 month, your only job is to be a financial detective. Track everything, and I mean everything. That $5 coffee, the random delivery fees, that subscription you totally forgot about. Every single dollar. This isn't about judging yourself, it's just about getting the facts. A fantastic tool for this is a super simple app like Fudget. It's not some intense budgeting app that yells at you. It's just a clean list where you log your income and expenses. It takes 2 seconds and gives you a surprisingly clear picture of your spending habits. If you're more of a spreadsheet person, NerdWallet has free templates based on the 50-30-20 rule, which we'll get to next. This one simple act of tracking will show you exactly where the leaks are so you can finally plug them. Tip 2. Know your numbers with the 50-30-20 rule. Okay, once you have a month of data, it's time to give those numbers some meaning. The 50-30-20 rule is perfect for beginners because it's so straightforward. Here's the breakdown. You divide your after-tax income into 3 categories: 50% for needs, 30% for wants, and 20% for savings and AMP. Debt. Needs are the absolute must-haves: rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, and minimum debt payments. Wants are everything else that makes life fun: eating out, hobbies, Netflix, and that vacation you're dreaming of. And savings is for future you, building an emergency fund, investing, and crushing debt by paying more than the minimum. The whole point here is clarity. Go back to your tracker or spreadsheet and sort last month's spending into these 3 buckets. You might be shocked to see your wants are taking up 60% of your paycheck. That's okay. This isn't a test you can fail. It's just information that tells you exactly where you can make a few tweaks to start saving some real money. Tip 3. Give every dollar a job with zero-based budgeting. Now it's time to get proactive. A set-it-and-forget-it budget rarely works, especially when you're starting out. You need to be intentional. This is where zero-based budgeting comes in, and trust me, it's a game changer. The idea is simple. Income, expenses equal 0. This doesn't mean you're broke. It means every single dollar that comes in has a job before the month even begins. The best tool for this method is YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget. YNAB makes you give every dollar a purpose, whether its job is paying rent, buying food, heading to savings, or being spent on fun. This creates a powerful psychological trick. You feel broker than you actually are. Because even with money in the bank, you know it's already been assigned to something important. This is incredibly effective at stopping impulse spending. YNAB also has a ton of great workshops and a huge support community, making it perfect for anyone who wants a more hands-on approach. Tip 4. Pay yourself first, automatically. This is the golden rule of personal finance and the easiest way to guarantee you'll save money. Treat your savings like your most important bill. Before rent, before groceries, before anything else, you pay yourself. The trick is to make it completely automatic so willpower isn't even part of the equation. Just set up an automatic transfer with your bank. Pick a percentage of your paycheck, even just 5% to start, and have it moved from your checking to your savings account the day you get paid. Better yet, Ask your HR department if they can split your direct deposit, sending a chunk straight to savings before you ever see it. An app like EveryDollar, which also uses zero-based budgeting, is great for making sure these savings transfers are locked in first, so you're only working with what's left. The money you don't see is the money you won't spend. Tip 5. Ruthlessly distinguish needs from wants. This one sounds obvious, but it requires some real honesty. We are experts at tricking ourselves into thinking a want is a need. Do you need that premium cable package, or do you want it? Do you need to order takeout 3 times a week, or do you want to? Getting ruthless here is how you find big chunks of cash to redirect toward your goals. A great tool to help with this is Pocket Guard. It has a killer feature called In My Pocket. After it scans your income, upcoming bills, and savings goals, it shows you one simple number: the amount of money that's actually safe to spend today, this week, or this month. It cuts through the noise. Instead of looking at your total bank balance and feeling rich, Pocket Guard tells you what you can really afford to spend on non-essentials. It's also great at finding all your recurring subscriptions, making it easy to spot which ones you can cancel to free up more cash. By the way, if you're finding these tips helpful and you're ready to finally stop feeling stressed about money, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. We're all on this journey to financial freedom together, and I'll be sharing more simple, actionable strategies just like these. Tip 6. Plan your month before it starts. A budget is just a plan for your money. And like any good plan, you have to make it before you need it. Sometime in the last week of the month, take 30 minutes to look ahead. What's coming up? Is there a birthday? A holiday? Is your car registration due? Planning ahead prevents you from scrambling and overspending later. Honestly, the best tool for this is often the simplest: a Google Sheets or Excel spreadsheet. You can find thousands of free monthly budget templates online that do all the math for you. Just plug in your expected income and pre-fill all your known expenses. This gives you a bird's-eye view of the month ahead. Spreadsheets are also amazing for creating sinking funds for big future purchases. Want to save $600 for holiday gifts? Just add a $50 line item for the next 12 months. Easy. And using a collaborative tool like Google Sheets is perfect for couples managing finances together. Tip 7. Embrace the digital envelope system. If you like the idea of giving every dollar a job but find YNAB a little too intense, the envelope system might be your new best friend. The old school way was to put physical cash into envelopes labeled groceries, gas, and fun money. When an envelope was empty, you stopped spending in that category. It works because it makes your spending limits real and visible. You can do the exact same thing without carrying around a bunch of cash. The app Good Budget is designed specifically for this. You create digital envelopes for your spending categories and fill them up with your income. When you buy groceries, you log it, and the money comes out of your groceries envelope. The free version makes you enter transactions manually, which is actually a powerful way to become more mindful of every purchase. It's an awesome system for visual learners and anyone who struggles with overspending on cards. Tip 8. Implement spending delays and no-spend days. Impulse spending is the #1 enemy of a good budget. The best way to fight it is to create a little space between the impulse and the purchase. My 2 favorite ways to do this are the 48-hour rule and the no-spend day. For any non-essential purchase over a certain amount, say $50, just force yourself to wait 48 hours. 9 times out of 10, the intense urge to buy it will disappear. Then, try picking 1 or 2 days a week as no-spend days. On these days, you don't spend any money at all. Prepaid essentials like your commute are okay. This is a fantastic way to reset your habits and see how often you spend out of pure boredom or convenience. To really level this up, use a tool like Rocket Money. It's known for negotiating bills, but its best feature might be how it automatically finds and lists all of your recurring subscriptions. A great no-spend day activity is to go through that list. I guarantee you'll find something you forgot you were paying for and can cancel on the spot. Tip 9. Create a small emergency fund for surprises. Your budget isn't a financial prison. It's a flexible plan. And life is always unpredictable. Cars break down, pets get sick, and pipes burst. Without a buffer, these small emergencies can completely wreck your budget and push you into debt. This is why you need a contingency fund, or as I like to call it, a surprise fund. Your first goal should be a small fund of $500 to $1,000. This isn't your full 3 to 6 month emergency fund. It's a separate little cushion for life's annoying but not catastrophic moments. A great app for this is Copilot. One of its best features is that budget category balances can roll over from month to month. So you can create a surprises category, put $50 into it each month, and if you don't use it, it just keeps growing. This ensures you're always prepared. Copilot also uses machine learning to get smarter at categorizing your spending, making everything feel more and more automatic over time. Tip 10. Review, adjust, and celebrate your wins. Finally, remember that your budget is a living document, not carved in stone. It has to grow and change with you. Set a weekly money date with yourself. It can be just 15 minutes every Sunday morning. Use this time to check your spending, move money around if you need to, and see how you're tracking toward your goals. And this is the most important part. Celebrate your wins. Did you come in under budget on groceries? Awesome. Move that extra cash to a savings goal. Did you stick to your no-spend days? That's fantastic. Acknowledging your progress is the secret to staying motivated. For this big picture view, Monarch Money is an excellent tool. It gives you a complete dashboard of your entire financial life, your budget, spending, investments, and net worth all in one place. You can even set shared goals with a partner. Seeing your net worth slowly tick up because of your new habits is the ultimate reward and the best motivation to keep going. And that's it. 10 simple, practical tips that will help you start saving real money. Remember, the goal isn't perfection, it's progress. It's about moving from a place of financial stress to a place of confidence and control. You don't have to do all of these at once. Just pick one or two that sound good to you and start there. Start tracking. Automate your savings. Try one no-spend day. Every small step builds momentum. I used to be that person who was convinced budgeting was impossible for me. And now I can't imagine my life without the freedom it gives me. You can absolutely do this. What was your favorite tip? Or is there a budgeting tool you love that I didn't mention? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one and I'd love to hear what's working for you. If this video helped you out, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more tips to help you master your money. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.